Hello, welcome to Test of Faith. Let's whack on the pillar. Items, challenges, advanced spellcasting, Naga. Those two can stay off. And hard. I've been given Night Elf. There's a new mechanic. Oh, I get a bear. Because Night Elf was known as the weakest. So now they get a bear instead of two huntresses. Okay. Well, we're going to start off with a raw then, aren't we? Take a maximum of 500 pillar damage. I was going to say, take a minimum of pillar damage? That's going to get us off to a relatively rough start, isn't it? Ooh, we need a huntress to tank those. So let's get that huntress in there. Don't have the rejuvenation. Not yet. Okay. Pull the huntress back. Let the bear tank a little bit. Archer takes one hit. Okay. Apologies, I had sound turned off there. It's whacked on now. Hello. Harpy Rogue. You can get heal or increased food supply. I like taking the food supply because eventually you will reach 23. Oh, depends actually if I sacrifice units. And I always like to sort of sacrifice my units and then try to sort of build new units and then sacrifice again. So you can have that kind of powerful unit and put items on him. More units, though, will benefit from the new mechanic, which I'm going to explain now, because I mentioned it, but I didn't explain it. So you see this, you got bars here. Restores 10 plus 0.5% maximum health of all the units. And you can stack up to 6 of those bars. Now, you lose those bars. Let me see if I can find the description for it. There we go. Ability that can be used at any time, restoring health of all units based on number of charges. For every day survived without loss, or for every denied unit, gains a charge up to 6. For unit killed by the enemy, loses 2 charges. Starts at 10 plus 0.5% max health at 1 charge and doubles for each additional charge. So you can stack up to 6. So once you get to 6, you probably want to use it and then start building charges again, unless you're saving it for a rainy day. Alright, let's bring the bear down. We've still got some raw, so that's nice. We don't want the sorks to last for long. We can have one archer tank those too. That's fine. I'm going to have this guy attack actually, because he can heal after the fight, so at least he's doing damage. We should probably kill the priest first so he doesn't keep healing the whole time. And then you can go back to healing. You can press ESC to use that, I think. So the key... Wow. Finally happened. I finally managed to get a mountain giant. Holy mackerel. Alright, that's good. So let's get the archers on the air units. Let's bring the mountain giant. Let's pull you. Get that going. Nice. Bear in mind that the mountain giant will really want hardened skin if he wants to be as OP as he potentially can be. Otherwise he's kind of just a normal unit that takes the same amount of damage just with a high health pool. But once you get that hardened skin, he really does become a solid tank. You'd think anything that would protect the mountain giant would be good. Strength for the moon. That's for damage on the mountain giant. He's not really a DPSer though. It's tempting to take just because it will work on my units though. I think I'll take that. Ah, it's not for the mountain giant. He benefits from the bear upgrades, but it does benefit my archers. So okay, I wasn't 100% sure because I don't often get to play mountain giants, but when I do, I abuse the hell out of them. Alright, archers on this guy because he's going to take more damage. We need to kill him fast because he's got medium or normal attack, and that does extra damage on my mountain giant. So this guy does piercing, so he's not going to hurt my mountain giant as much, although his damage is pretty reasonable. Let's turn your heal off for now. Improved bows, again good for archers. The lion horn, is interesting. Any aura items are always good, because that's effectively just an upgrade as well. The bows are only going to affect archers. Obviously, Mountain Giant and archers would be a really good combo. But how realistically can I keep the archers alive? They're good anti-air, though. It would be kind of cool to try to keep as many archers alive as possible, but then you get creatures that can sort of do these massive like waves of damage, like crushing wave, and they'll cast it a few times and then you'll lose all your archers. Tough one, that. That's a tough one. I think I can get improved bows at any point, whereas the lion horn I can't necessarily get at any point. So I'm taking that. There you go. Just a little bit of extra armor for everything. One archer here. So Kobold needs to be tanked, ideally by the Huntress. The Mud Golem can be killed by the archers here, and yeah, that's all good. I like how that looks. Come back over here, do some damage. Do I care about the archer? I might just put all my heals on the Mountain Giant. We got like restore. Apparently you can deny the opponent from getting kills so you don't lose 2 bars if you're about to lose a unit. But that's going to be really hard to do because you're just basically trying to concentrate on keeping your units alive. Claws of Attack +9 is really nice. Don't really have a DPSer. I'd rather have tanky stuff at the moment. But then again, nothing else seems that enticing. So we might get a DPSer later on. If there was a +2 food, I would probably go for that. Necromancer's really good. But when he runs out of mana, he doesn't really do anything. Ah. If you had the Necromancer, then that. I think I'll go with the claws. I think all of those are quite reasonable, though. If I can get that, get this. We'll use a heal shortly, I think. Ah, there we go. So Mountain Giant to tank those 2. Archers on that. Ah, that's not a great... I'll have to bring this guy over. So we make him attack my unit there. Rifle will hopefully swap over and attack the guy with medium armor. Everything else is like taking the minimum sort of damage that it needs to be taken, if that makes sense. Now, we need you to sort of fake attack those. So the rifleman swaps over onto the... And then we can go for a full heal. So it's changed colour, which I think is maximised. Free flying machines is kind of cool. Although they're mechanical. They might benefit from a heal, though. Like an aura. Like Unholy, or even the pillar. When you're low on units, you can get a heal from the pillar. I have got the archers. Staff and Negation is nice for dispelling, which is useful. But you've got to be ready to use it as often as possible. Take a hit on the food supply though. I like having destroyers though. They're really good. They've got like an 8-second sort of devour that can just remove all debuffs. And it's really solid. But I'm not sure if I'm going to get a destroyer with a Night Elf build. Flying machines, only for air. True, they don't do anything otherwise. Could take the Staff of Negation because I just don't know whether I'm going to get much in the way of Dispel. And Dispel can be a big deal. But again, I have to lose food for it, which I'm not so keen on. Again, if there was a +2 food, I would take that. I just clicked. Oh well, let's use the heal. So I don't care to be honest. Any of those rewards, I would go with the +2 food. So, I accidentally clicked there. I'm supposed to hold my left mouse button down so it didn't actually select. I think that was just a overall heal, wasn't it? Like a +40% heal? It's fine. Oh, must have been mana or something maybe, because this guy's got a lot of mana. Right. Renegade Wizard. I think he has like frost armor. Night Elf forces next week. You could maybe get another Mountain Giant, but I think Stylo said that the only way you can get a Mountain Giant is if you've got a Druid of the Claw. Like, you get a Mountain Giant from like a Druid of the Claw or a Tauren or an Abomination, something like that. You have to sacrifice that unit to get it. At the same time, this one is always... I'm not so sure, because sometimes I still get offered night elf units anyway, so if I'm picking that, it's kind of like missing out on the 2 food supply. Yeah. I think I take the 2 food supply, because I'm probably going to get night elf offerings anyway. Because I'm night elf. Like, the game sort of rewards you based on what you've got a lot of the time. So I could get Shaman and a Frost Wolf. Again, 2 food supply, which I'm going to take. I like the food supply. You might have noticed, I've mentioned it a few times. Do not use any major or units health or mana restoring rewards, so hopefully I don't misclick and accidentally select that. Mountain Giant. Oh, there's just a lot of little mobs here, so Mountain Giant will be great on this. We still need to get that hardened skin though. Kill the wolves, I think, because they're going to do the most damage. Another healer or 2 food supply. So again, I'm taking that food supply, baby, when I can. If you're offering it to me, I'm taking it. I don't care whether I'm like got 10 food. Mountain Giant's going to need that research though. I want a Huntress to tank the Ghoul, and Mountain Giant to tank the Fiends and kill the Priest. Although you can have the Archers also tank the Fiends a little bit here. That would be fine with me. Can't seem to get him off. Because that Mountain Giant's getting a little low for my liking. I can't take heals because of the challenge. I wonder if restoring here will affect, because I've not played with the restoring other than like one other time. I'm pretty new to this mechanic. That's a reward. That's not necessarily a reward. That's just a mechanic. Resistant skin. Unfortunately, that's the one that's gonna work against spells, which means he can't be devoured at least. But it's not the most important one. Hardened skin is the best one. So reduces the duration of negative spells, etc., etc., etc.
In position. Waiting on you. Same on your mark. Standing guard.
Okay, Knolls and air. So kill the air. And have the Mountain Giant tank that dude. And then kill that annoying Knoll with the poison. Luckily he's only attacking the same unit with that poison, so I'm not sure if I even want to bring my other units in case he swaps over, but apparently he just leaves them. Hippogriff and Archer, that's solid. I think you could have that. That's a form of anti-air plus more archers is okay. We could maybe do with a few more units. Right, that looks a bit nasty.
Waiting on you.
Oh yeah, that's definitely nasty. I'm gonna try to face away so I don't get hit by another chain lightning, which is, yeah, inevitable to come. And then we need to kill him before he does one more. Please don't do another chain lightning, thank you. Oi, stop it. Right, I'll probably take that heal up here in a moment, because it's going to be pretty massive. Rod of Necromancy is okay. It's like 8 skeletons. It saves you for a little while. It's kind of like a divine aid kind of deal. Improved bows. I've got 4 archers now. That's just range, I think, which isn't the most important thing though. Skeletal Orc Champion has Death Coil, I believe. That's about it. The archers can mount for free, yeah. So I could mount one of the archers, to be fair. I didn't do that. I could put the weaker archer mounted in a moment. It's either the rod or the improved bows. Yeah, he can't coil himself. Again, I just don't know how long I'm going to have these archers. For all I know, in another week or two's time, I might have 2 more archers, but at the same time, I might have 0 archers. So if you upgrade that, you've got a dead research. It's not dead. But it doesn't, it only affects range. Rod of Necromancy just saves me a bit more for tanking. But it's a temporary item and it's gone. Can I pick the Sork with a challenge? Plus 100 heal to 3 random units. I would think not, because it restores health. Yes, Legolas. We might have to sort you out after this. Rod of Necromancy, let's just go for that. Boom.
On your mark.
Get that ticking.
Point the way.
Wait, don't heal yet.
Way.
Take the heal. Go on there. There we go. So we can have a skeleton here, skeleton there, skeleton everywhere.
Waiting on you. Your move.
Ah, okay. Just got mobs coming up from there. Pull back.
Fair enough.
Get that berserker down. I want to reduce the damage taken from my mountain giant. And just use it on my skeletons if I can. For the most part. It's a bit nasty really, this guy. I might want my archers to take like 1 hit each or something. Tired of my 2 units over there getting absolutely battered. I'm not sure. Did the mountain giant not get healed because of the magic immunity? It's possible. It could have just been a small heal for the mountain giant. I thought he would have got healed more than that, but... Oh, there you go. But we can't use that because that's a heal. Strength of the Wild is damage. I'd rather have armor. But maybe if you pick this, it encourages more of those kind of upgrades. So there's always that benefit.
Oh, too easy.
If you drop the Necromancy and then give it to another unit, they can use it.
Waiting on you. I am sworn.
Right, it's got a bit sloppy here. So, bear with me.
On your mark.
As I try to,
On your mark.
recuperate what's going on.
Speak your mind. Make it fast.
Waste some time with the mountain giant.
Point the way. Your move. Our time to the skies.
Ah, that's the boss time.
In position.
I use his dispel. I'm gonna try and taunt him, but run him away a little bit. Ah. Focus in air by the looks of it. That's okay.
Waiting on you. Waiting on the way.
Healing wards. That would be amazing.
Unicorn Melee Twitch chat YouTube comments.
Thank you, random. Always trying to fight with YouTube. Yeah, I think the healing wards is the obvious answer here. As long as that doesn't count as a restoring health reward. Again, probably just food supply. Keep whacking that on.
Make it fast.
Soak up that healing, baby.
Speak your mind.
Mountain giant needs it.
On your mark. On your mark. Your move. Stand
So we're getting
up.
attacked by all the weak little creatures again over here.
I am sworn.
I'm going to try to distribute the damage a bit better here, so another healing ward will be good. Receive new forces not worth more than 6 food supply. Why does it always feel like reading those challenges is like reading a riddle? So I can receive forces, yeah, but not worth more than 6. So do I need to reach the 6 and then no more? Or can I still complete the challenge being 0 at 6? Oh, you can't see the heal because of the donators. Okay. That's a good point. I forget about that overlay. Because I don't always see it. I'll just remove it for the time being so you can understand. There you go. Give Gullis some credit. So it's this. 6 bars. It's 4 bars at the moment. So anything under 6. So I can receive new units. Cloak of Flames should be really good. It's going to really hurt on your food supply, but it's kind of awesome for a mountain giant, yeah? It's doing 10 damage per second. Obviously, if you're being attacked by a bunch of range units, you're not going to get much benefit from it. And the mobs come from all different directions, so it's hard to have everything hit you. It's very good on the first day, because you normally get attacked by a whole bunch of weak mobs, but I think we'll still take that because it's cool. With the mountain giant can waddle over there. Do you think you can manage that, Mr. Mountain Giant? Right. Huntress to tank, kind of like that. That'll do. Right. I'm going to pull you two and have you two tank a little bit. Loving that fairy fire there. Thank you. I might just take the heal in a moment. We'll see. That's a pretty big heal for the mountain giant. And a reasonable heal for everything else. +1 food supply is not as good as 2, but when you get to this stage, it often does only give you like +1. That's why you take the +2s when you can. Yeah, is the cloak working? That's a good point. I can see it's on his inventory, but I didn't see him on fire. So, stylo. I lost 3 food supply for an item that might not even do anything. That feels bad. I'm gonna take... Oh, he has got... I can see it. It's just really tiny on a mountain giant. We're gonna try to pull all the mobs like over as close as possible, like nice and fast. And then we're gonna use our heal. Right, pretty much use that. It's 320 health plus 16% max health. Forest Troll Warlord is pretty insane. But then again, Warsong Battle Drums. In one case you get a unit with an aura, and the other case you just get the item with the aura. But the thing is, the nice thing about items is the unit can die and you'd still have it. If the Troll Warlord dies, it's gone. But he is pretty insane, the Troll Warlord. So I think I'd be a bit bonkers to... He is a lot of food though. So I won't be able to... If I... Yeah. He does cost like 5 food. 5 food, I think. That's kind of, like... The thing I like about the items, though, is that you've always got them, even if the unit dies. That's one hell of a unit, though, to get. I've got 27 food at the moment, up to it, and it will go up to 31 food out of 27. I'm hovering over it. He has True Shot Aura, but it might be a slightly weaker version. But it's still True Shot Aura. Just don't lose a unit, yeah, easier said than done. In this game, you have to kind of assume that almost every single unit's going to die one way or another. Whereas that's why the items are appearing. But I think in this case, just means that if it's a mountain giant, you couldn't take it anyway. We've got him. That's a pretty big deal. His heavy armor can make him quite susceptible though. So here we want archers to tank those forces.
Our warriors have engaged.
Because archers can tank all of the piercing damage very easily. So this level's not too bad. We may as well use the heal actually before we finish this. I'll just take a bit more damage before using it. That's a big heal. Marksmanship, moon armor. That affects all of my archers, the moon armor. Marksmanship affects their damage, which helps me kill quicker, so I'm more tempted to go with marksmanship.
Point the way.
Mountain giant over here, you go kill that. You go aggro this guy. And then have the troll tank him or something with a heavy armor. And bring the huntress over, because the troll's got fairy fire action. Or I thought it had fairy fire, maybe not. I guess we'll take the improved bows now that we've already upgraded the archers. So they're looking quite good. 700 range.
Our time is now.
Right, we want Mountain Giant versus those. We want Troll Warlord versus that. That's going to suck the Bat Riders. If you can snipe the Bat Riders as well, that'd be good. Right, there we go. And we're going to pull you back a little bit. Huntress can take a hit. Still haven't got that hardened skin yet on the Mountain Giant, which I really want because it really reduces the amount of damage he takes. Ensnare for Naga. So if you had a Myrmidon, you could ensnare. +1 food supply, basically, is the one that appeals to me here. And that's not super exciting, but... Oh, it's the big boss type dude. Alright, keep your distance. This is the benefit of having archers. Probably just get forces anyway, so it's always going to be this +1 food supply. Aha! I'm definitely taking the 2 food supply. Because I'm stuck with +1 at the moment. Take a maximum of 605 pillar damage. Okie dokie. Right, archers can tank those ones because I've... Well, kind of. Let's kill that. Mountain Giant somewhat trying to tank this a little bit. Just dance around. Whilst he's getting killed. Slowly but surely the food rises.
Our time. Take wing. To the sky.
I'm going to send those on the meat wagon because I hate the siege units in this game. With a passion.
Make it fast. Speak your mind. In position.
Time for a healing ward, I think, in a moment. Improved strength for the moon. That's just damage for my mountain giant, or moon armor for my archers.
Waiting on you. Done. On your mark.
I may as well take that heal in a moment if I really need to, but if I can, just go through the rest of this level. We'll get you to fight first, it's that. You to fight first, it's that. Ooh, pull that back before it gets killed. Mountain giant to tank these. You back. Not even sure if I need to use my heal. I might wait another day. See how it goes.
Standing guard. On your mark. Our time. Waiting on you.
Do you want axe?
Make it fast. Waiting on you. Our time is now. Hold on.
Whoa.
Speak your mind.
Did I lose? Oh, no. Can enemy banshees possess in this? I assume they can, but I've never had that build. Some serious damage on these archers.
Waiting on you.
Do you want axe?
Right.
Iwaniwanga.
First is the griffin. First is the garg. First is the necromancer. I kind of want my hunters to take damage from the knight. The mountain giant's going to be taking damage here.
Our time is now. All too easy.
Who do you want to kill?
Orb of corruption would go down a treat. Ah, it's the freaking crushing wave dude now. This is gonna suck. Unless I can burst him down with that amazing damage. Nice, he missed his crushing wave. That really helps to have that damage, doesn't it? Divine Aid is really good, but we don't need it, I don't think, at the moment. Dryad's kind of tempting. Forest Spider, not so much. What's the next challenge, though? The challenge could be sacrifice 2 units. If you get one of those challenges, it kind of sucks because you'd have to lose units that you don't necessarily want to. Food supply.
On your mark. Make it fast. Our time is now.
Do not increase food supply. Duh.
Your move.
Well, I took it whilst I could. The game's cutting on to me. So I get the Huntress to tank that. can do the rest here. Pull the hunters back a little bit. Pull him. You can now start tanking a little bit. Mountain Giant is getting battered though. He really needs that heal, doesn't he? I assume that I can take a unit though, and that doesn't count towards increasing food supply because it's like phrased different. Yeah, it actually has a minus here, so that suggests that that's something you don't do. Naga Myrmidon's cool, but it could replace the Mountain Giant. I'm not taking the risk.
Waiting on you.
Chuta.
On your mark. Done. Point the way. Our time. On your mark. Point the way.
None of this is particularly comfortable.
Point the way. Cry. There.
Archer again is nice because of all the upgrades. Moon Armor is also really tempting. But I'll take the Archer because it's coming with a whole bunch of upgrades.
On your mark. Waiting on the way.
Who'd you wanna kill?
Point the way.
Orb of Frost. I have to lose 3 food supply for that though. But we'll take it.
Our time. Hold on.
That's why the food supply, baby.
What you want?
What do you want? I'm not going to take trees because then it's more terrain for the opponents to surround me. And I don't want that. Kill that spider first. I'm taking the heal before I lose any units. Because this guy's got chain lightning, so we're going to keep our units back a bit here.
On your mark.
Don't want him having a nice chain lightning. Can I please have hardened skin? I've been waiting forever to get hardened skin. I got like a Mountain Giant almost straight away, but just cannot get hardened skin to save my life. Oh, this is a really bad turn, this one. There's like nothing good here. I guess I'll have to take the heal. It's either 150 heal to all units or a scroll of healing, which is the same thing. Except I can use the scroll when I want.
Who'd you wanna kill? I'd love to. What you want?
It's big boy time. Well, not quite.
Make it fast. Point the way. On you. Point the way. I swarm.
Also, that's cruel. Because it gives me hardened skin the one time that there's actually a really cool item. That's increased movement speed and attack speed, which is insane. And 2 food supply is not bad, considering I lost 3 food supply for Claws of... Well, I say Claws of Frost because of my YouTube video. Orb of Frost. Hardened skin. It is done. Finally, the Mountain Giant's no longer squishy. Took long enough though, didn't it? Right, you can not tank the Tauren because the Tauren's going to do extra damage to you. Go kill the air. And then everything else. In fact, that you can just taunt the Tauren around. That's fine. Claws is actually looking tempting. Reinforced hides. I'm sure that's the armor for like druids of the claw and for mountain giants. I'm hoping it is. Yeah, it is. Oh dear. Right, space out for this one. Oh, that one last hit took my archer down. I got no mana, but again, that's a really cool item if you've got units that use mana. I should just take that anyway, I guess. Because of just how good that item is. I mean, that is how good that item is that I would probably take that even though I've only got one unit that actually takes and uses mana. It sounds so strange and bizarre. But I can't think of many other units. At the moment, I'm just getting archers and mountain giants, so when am I going to use it? Night Elf Forces is somewhat tempting, but I can't really get many units anyway. My food supply keeps getting crushed. I'm just taking that. It's done. More heals for the Murloc. That seems to still be with me.
Our time is now. To the skies. Point the way. Standing guard.
We'll just dance around a little bit here. Mountain Giant's such a troll. Take a maximum 675 pillar damage. Improved moon armor though. That's a lot of units benefiting from that. Archers are now free too.
Point the way.
Oh, this looks a bit messy, this one. I hate it when those huntresses die. It makes it sound like I lost a huntress. Bloods of Haste would actually be really quite good, because I've got a unit that's got a lot of damage now. It's not the most stellar item, but pretty reasonable considering it's going to be on a character with plus 27 damage.
Speak your mind. I am sworn to avenge. Our warriors have engaged in position.
Wow. I'm not really losing many units though. So it's one of those cases where you'd have to kill your own units and then use it. It resurrects up to 6 units. I can use it on the mountain giant though, theoretically. I'm pretty sure. I can't, again, there's not been many circumstances where I've ever used it on a mountain giant, but I would assume one could. So it's essentially a free mountain giant for when it does die. If it dies. And any other units I want to kill along the way. Unless I get forced into a situation where I just use it because I lost a couple of archers or a few archers in one turn. I think that's a really, really sick item.
Who do you want to kill? Dewaniwanga.
Away. Our time. Hold on. Waiting on you. To the skies. Waiting on you.
Try and kill the banshees as fast as possible because of their debuff. Did I lose an archer there? Bloody did, didn't I? Oh god, it's happening. So I could use it now for theory. I won't use it just for one archer though. Ha, all the fire is only one food. Unless Stylo screws me over here. And the Hydra can't use an item. I could do that and then resurrect a whole bunch of my units. The only downside is it won't resurrect the archers, the hippo riders. You won't get those, but you won't. As long as it doesn't resurrect everything other than my mountain giant. I think this is the way to go. Obviously, there's the part of you that will say, well, hang on a second, you're doing really well with what you've got. Why throw it away? But at the same time, there's greed. Does free up food supply as well, that's true. Alright, we're going to use this, and then we're going to try to use the item sort of almost here, so it incentivizes resurrecting the mountain giant more. If it doesn't resurrect the mountain giant, I'll be really upset. It should surely prioritize it. I don't know whether units are always random. Goodness. Who had the item? Does the mountain giant leave a corpse? I don't think he leaves a corpse. No, he doesn't. Alright. Well, there you go. We've learned something today. Now we need to get everything to just attack my Hydra so it doesn't keep getting hit. Okay, I still think that's worth it. An ancient Hydra instead of a mountain giant is still an upgrade. I don't actually like that item. I wish it was something else. But I don't really want more units because it just puts you too close and then you start only getting like +1 food supply. It's a shame there wasn't any other upgrades, but my archers are already pretty upgraded. I'll take the Periapt. Even though I don't care that much for the item. The mount... yeah.
I'd love to.
He can basically tank like the whole right hand side or something.
Waiting on you.
Who do you want to
Standing
kill?
guard. Cry. Eyes hold.
Ah, he's so good. It's insane. Look at him go.
Standing guard.
I think I'm gonna go with that now. Holy sh! Let's do it.
Point the way. Done.
Let's take that gamble. Let's see what this Hydra's made out of. I get the True Shot aura as well. And Khadga's thingy.
I am
Oh no, that can possess. Run away! Ah, that's okay. You took a Huntress, which is probably one of the weakest units.
fair enough. Point the way. All too easy.
I'll take the armor. Thank you.
On your mark.
Free archers. Of what little archers there are now. But the thing is, the archers are really good value. Because they're only 2 food, and they're going to be like super damage for what they are, as long as you keep them alive. Obviously, they're only 260 health, so they're mega squishy, but if they don't die, they do a lot for what they are. It's the same thing with Troll Headhunters, once you get those upgraded. 2 food unit, but like, they get Berserker, they're just amazing. How's the pillar doing for health anyway? It's not too bad.
Point the way, sing.
Right, receive new forces worth of 6 food supply. Wow, I finally got that challenge at a time when I can actually do it.
Fair enough. Point the way.
Oh, Snapdragon's cool because it's got poison. And it's a unit.
Waiting on you.
Who'd you want to kill?
Point the way.
I somehow need like to get everyone on board and then sort of switch them over to the my dude. So we kind of get him to tank everything as possible. If you see what I mean. That's it. I need to kind of keep winging it.
Waiting on you. Sing.
Hydra's actually taking some serious damage here.
Fair enough.
The Hydra poison doesn't stack with Orb of Frost, you think? That's well observed. I didn't notice it if that's the case. Yeah. I'll swap the items over then. Fairy Dragon's okay. Doesn't do much, but it benefits from range damage. Why not? Why not?
On your mark.
Alright, give me a second to drop that.
You want axe?
This is the tricky part, is kind of getting the Hydra to tank everything. Get all my units to dance around without actually losing them. Yeah, you're right. Slow poison from the Hydra now. Alright, I'm going to be BRB very quickly. And you can take a look at this and enjoy. Apologies, I want to take a break. Just a quick break. Yeah, that's amazing. The funny thing is the quarrel doesn't even cost you food supply. It's a 2 food unit. It does a lot of damage. It is a bit squishy though. This is an easy choice, to be honest.
Away.
I've got so many units. Alright, pull those in. You come round. It's a good thing I avoided that. Might use the heal, just because, why not?
What you want?
Ah, see, Archer's pretty damn good. Abolish magic for Naga. So I guess that actually, that's funny. Unfortunately, I can't get an ancient hydra back. Yeah, I would just be sacrificing all my units for something I've already got. I can't get 2 of them. That was always the dream, to try to get 2 of them. Like if you had an Ankh or something. Abolish magic's nice though. Because it will work on my quarrel, so that can remove any magic. The Archer's very good. I'd prefer the Archer over Huntress at this stage. Huntresses are like sort of very niche units. They can be really good in the right situation and useless in others. Archer's actually sometimes easier to keep them under control because they attack from range. But I'm leaning towards this just because of the quarrel. If that works, I hope it does. There you go. Get rid of those debuffs. Nice. Big attack. All gonna hit my Hydra. Let him do what he needs to do. Rock golems always hit air, don't they? Look at the damage. Nasty piece of work. Just gonna leave the Hydra to finish that. Fairy Dragon's kind of neat. Again.
Point the way.
A lot of attacks coming from this side. That's nice to see. Go deal with that. Go handle that.
Our warriors have
Pull those into that side. Handle it. Wow. It's only 3 food instead of 4 food this time. But I'll still take it. Because it's by far the biggest food supply you can get. Increase. Nice.
You want axe? What you want? Do you want Iwanga?
Spider Crab Behemoth. I think that's got like 1,000 health or something. There's nothing good here. The spider crab behemoth's okay. It's like an extra tank. Or random forces. I haven't had a challenge so far. So far this run's been pretty damn good. Because obviously good items and such. Good rolls with a night elf. But one of the things that's made it really good is that the challenges actually haven't screwed me over. Most of the time, my runs get cut short a bit because of how painful the challenges can be. It's like, you know, drop all of your food on 1 week, and then the next week then get 6 food worth of units. But now I'm like -6 food to begin with, so I kept getting challenges that sort of contradict each other. So we might get the one where you have to sacrifice units. The Murgle can definitely go, and an archer, I suppose. Oh, he's not quite 1,000, but it's a decent chunko health.
Who do you want to kill?
Your move. Point the way. Waiting on you.
What you want?
That's pretty damn badass for 1 food supply. Trying to keep an eye on everything here. Coral blades. That's definitely damage for Naga, but is it damage for the coral? Oh wow. Did I just do the challenge without even trying? I didn't even pay attention to it. Again, I have this thing sometimes where you get a challenge come through. I talk about it all the time, and then I just like don't even pay attention to what it is for like the first couple of days. Good game, didn't even try. Coral blades would almost definitely work on the Myrmidon. The Naga. Sort of like the Murloc type ones. Do Nagas only have 2 upgrades, just damage and armor? Do they all share it, or do they have separate ones? Huntress is okay, but I don't really like it that much. It's free food. I genuinely don't know. I'm gonna look it up now. Oh, I think it does benefit corals. Coral. Coral Blaze increases the attack damage of Naga units. And then they get Shitness Blades, Razor Spine Blades, and Coral Scales. So I'm pretty sure they've just got the one type of attack type and damage and armor. So there you go. There's only one unit that's benefiting from it, but maybe I can get more of them. So their damage is pretty good.
Point the way.
I'll be very tempted to use my heal in a moment. Getting a bit
Your move.
disease clouded at the moment.
Fair enough.
Trying to wait as long as possible before using it because disease cloud lasts so long. Probably right at the end of this.
Your move.
See, disease cloud is wearing off now. Nothing special here. Ring of Protection +3 is a very minor item, but it's still
Who'd you wanna
better than nothing.
I'd love to. Dewaniwanga.
Getting attacked from all 4 angles is so awkward though. It was so easy if they just came from one direction, wouldn't it? This one looks all really messy. Nice try. Very nice try. You almost had it. That was a really horrible level, that one. Almost. I'd be tempted to take the heal. Orb of Lightning, baby. That's another fine choice. Could remove the damage on this bad boy and just take more armor.
I'd love to. What you want?
So nearly lost my unit there. Snapdragon. I think Archer gets more upgrades than that. I would take the blades.
You want axe?
Waiting on you.
Who'd you want to kill?
Nom. Actually, almost lost my back. I'm just TKing. I don't care. Well, that was close. Claw attack +15. Never seen so much. Can't heal.
Point the way.
Do have the scroll of healing if need be. Still saving it though.
Never trust an elf.
Woo hash BANOC.
Bugger! What did I just pick? That always happens once. What did I just pick? Chunky boy, thank you for the sub. frustrating.
Waiting on you.
I picked the Sacred Pillar Repair, did I? Oh, that's not too bad. Spirit Walker's kind of cool. But at the same time, is he? I would have to somehow Spirit Link, but not on my Hydra. Oh, do not increase food supply. No, I think that one is only when you go with the food supply. I was going to pick that one as well. I have to have people tell me constantly to not sort of pick things because of the challenge, because I always forget. It's just who I am. Like, I got skills and stuff like that to some degree, but I also have a very sort of forgetful manner, and I think it makes it frustrating for people to watch sometimes, but I can't help that. It's just who I am. I make a lot of mistakes as well. There's nothing good here. Spirit Walker, I don't want to do that because the Hydra takes a lot of damage, and he's good at taking it. I don't want to spread accidentally. But then... Potion of Greater Mana. Crit Fiend, maybe. I mean, the Spirit Walker's okay. I could use it on the lesser units. I just have to be careful about how I do it. That's all. But if I lose the Spirit Walker, I wouldn't be upset. There's a danger because it contradicts micro sometimes when I'm trying to save a certain unit and then it's taking extra damage.
Spirits surround. I see. I am one with the earth.
There we go.
I dream of this.
I'm going to use that heal. I've taken a fair bit of damage now. Very spread out with all these range mobs. Ah, mass spirit link. Oh, this is horrible. I'm trying not to use my heal, because it gets better and better the longer you don't use it. But there's a lot of units that are busted. I'd say I've kept a lot of my stuff alive there. None of that is good. Told you I had a short memory. I just realized that now. I did. I told you. I've already prefaced it. I have a short memory with these things. I'm sure I'm just going to be screwed when I'm an old man, but I'm screwed now. You think if I choose the -2 food supply, that would be really awesome if doing that would actually counteract the challenge, but I'm pretty sure it won't, but we'll try it. I think I'm still going to fail the challenge because I technically did fail the challenge, but yeah, it's not going to be as meta as that. We've got to take this hill in a moment because this is getting stupid.
What you want?
Ah, I might be able to hold off the hill for just a little bit longer because I've got the right unit sort of tanking around.
I dream of this.
You could use the stomp, but it's not always worth using. It does barely any damage. It's just too clunky to walk over and stomp range units. Oh well, in for a penny, in for a pound.
On your mark.
I answer. The spirits.
This angle's pretty good because I can get my tanky units. Careful of the rock golem. Air units always get hit by that. Where you going, giant bear thing? Everything's getting super hyper confused unit wise. Stay. Thank you. Did I lose a unit? I think I lost a fairy dragon because I just lost some of my heals. Damn. Probably the rock golem had his way. He's very quick to attack air units and he does a lot of damage to air units. It's always a pain in the butt. No, I've already picked a -2 food option. It didn't work. Unless it's very specific, but I didn't think it would because I've technically already failed the challenge. Right, attack coming from over here. Oh god. Took that heal now. Did it even heal much, though? You bastard.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Oh my god. No! I did so well, and then it all came tumbling down. Hard counted, unfortunately. I don't even have units that could have tanked, really, to be honest. I needed to prioritize killing the frostworm, but I was too distracted trying to save my units versus the siege. GG, baby. That's the way the cookie crumbles, boys. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Was it a Chimera and a Frostworm? Because something was hitting my Hydra like a truck. I think... Was it just the Frostworm that was hitting him that hard? Because they do so much bonus damage. I might be able to get Mountain Giant back. I don't know how I'm going to kill what's coming at me in a moment.
I dreamed of this.
You need to keep you back.
Never trust an elf.
Holy shit, 38 months. Wow.
At least we're going to make it to week 10. I'm happy with that. It's just funny in this game how quickly it all falls apart. That wasn't too bad a big boss. Thank you very much, Croyville, for the tier 3. Muchos supporters. Thank you very much indeed. We just need another sacrifice all units for a giant hydra again and rebuild. Razor Man is amazing. So I'm taking that. If you took a Tauren as well, there'd be even more chance of getting a Mountain Giant. But this will save me for a little bit longer.
I answer the call.
Challenge failed.
Who do you want to kill?
That week was a rough week, wasn't it? Ha! Was it a fail, though? I got free food supply.
What trouble? I am one with thee. I dream.
There's going to be so many little attacks here.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Right. Kill that, and then the priest. Good luck, to be honest, because this looks messy as all heckaroo. Did I lose a unit? I lost a unit. Spirit Walker went down mega quick. I didn't even notice that. No, I still got a Spirit Walker. But I must have lost something. Maybe one of my little Hydra things? I heard... Oh, no, it's the bear. Damn. I didn't pay enough attention to that. Sacrifice 2 units. Would the Hydra hatchling count as a unit? I'm going to get screwed if it doesn't. We've obviously got to build some units if we want to stay alive. But I do sort of plan to maybe sacrifice again if it's a good enough unit.
I answer the call. I am one with the earth. I dreamed of this.
This looks messy as all hell. Let me just try to understand the situation a bit here, please. Okay, I think I've somehow recovered. Nope. This is why I hate those siege units. They hit you from off the screen. You can't even see the bastards. See, I'm getting hit by these bastards up here as well. I hate the siege units in this game. They're so OP. Mega hard to counter. I lost the medicine man. Because it's just, you get hit by stuff you can't even possibly see coming.
Spirits surround.
It's definitely getting rough.
What you want?
Right.
Dream.
I was going to take the archer, but I was hoping I'd get something a bit better. Because archer's only... I mean, 2 food units fine, but I'm at 19.
It is destined, master. I dream.
To be fair, that... Oh, this is rough. We need to prioritize hitting air as much as possible here with the right units. Everything else is secondary. I'm trying, baby. I don't think I can micro much more than this, to be honest. Living on the edge, and I'm not getting enough sort of powerful rewards to keep me alive. I may as well take the mutant, because it's the strongest one. Or a knight is almost as strong as a mutant, but it doesn't cost me food supply.
Never trust an elf.
Hey,
Never trust an elf.
thank you very much, Croyville.
Never trust an elf.
10 gifted subs
Never
to people who
trust
will
an
never
elf.
ever trust an elf once again.
Never trust an
I started
elf.
off as an elf in this.
Never trust an elf. Never trust an elf.
Congratulations.
Never
Let's read
trust
through
an elf.
those.
Never
Hey,
trust
Space
an
Orc
elf.
deserves it.
Never trust an elf.
Benabit. The chat always scrolls up whenever I look. Easy Blocks. Westbound Down. Rhombodian. Milo. Ultimate Firekin. Samuel. Ashpale. And Monsieur News. Thank you very much. I mean, at this point, I just feel like I'm on borrowed time. It's easy to say, just don't lose the Hydra when I'd lost that Hydra, but that was the worst time for me to be against units that could do bonus damage to my Hydra. Just understand that. All of my other units were on like 1 health, basically. And they were getting attacked by siege units from the bottom right that I had to move them away from, but also be careful what I'm hitting them into at the top. So I kind of left my Hydra to tank whatever was there, because I didn't have a chance to really pay attention to whatever was hitting him. But unfortunately, in that circumstance where all my units required all my attention, and the one time I really didn't pay attention to my Hydra was the one time it was taking the most damage of all of them. So that's just the way it goes, isn't it, really? I'll take this just in case it's better than a knight, because I'm literally just trying to stay alive no matter what. The heal for all units is kind of good as well, but this is effectively going to be just as much as that heal. I mean, I think I'm dead. I can't see how I can survive another round. He's a big boy.
I dreamed of who you want to kill.
We need to kill that guy fast. And then that guy. We can let the pillar take some damage, and you can just tank. Like a couple of these. And if we cripple the ones that are attacking at the top. Yeah, you keep them distracted for the moment. Just a little bit. That's what I got you for. Oh, I lost something. Something good. I'm just desperately trying to stay alive here. I think these are too powerful. Yeah, I don't think I can survive this any longer. Didn't get another cripple off. I wanted to get another cripple off. Couldn't do it. Ah! Wait, is it possible? What can I possibly get? I need a ring. Where's the ring of regeneration? I didn't have one. No. Oh no, I can't. I don't think there's any way I can swing this. And they even cast slow, so it's going to be even harder to sort of micro against them. GG. Well, you can't say I didn't try. Could have gone potentially further if that Hydra didn't die, but that was the one time. That's the way it goes. Like, sometimes it looks like you're almost invincible, and then you just get bad luck. And that was one of those cases where it was a wombo combo. But I had good enough luck to get to that point, so it comes in roundabouts. GG, let's test of faith. That was a good run. So hopefully you enjoy that. Make sure to thumbs up, subscribe for those watching on YouTube. Come check me out live at Twitch, twitch.tv/witty. And have a good day. Take care. Thank you.